Good Yontif, good Yontif. Today is Yud Tes Kislev, the day the Alter Rebbe came out of jail, which is Rosh Hashanah of Chassidus. So I want to wish you L'Shana Teva B'Limud HaChassidus U'V'Darkei HaChassidus. And I want you to know, all the Tmimim and Tomchei Tmimim of Montreal, that this year is a very special year, because we just started the 80th year of Tomchei Tmimim in Montreal. Because 80 years ago on Gimel Cheshvan, 9 Talmidim came out of Europe. They escaped the war and they were sent by the Frierdiker Rebbe here to Montreal as Shluchim to continue spreading Yiddishkeit here in Montreal and to learn and to daven, especially to spread Chassidus to all parts of Montreal and to all the Yidden that weren't exposed yet to Chassidus. And when the 9 Shluchim came here to Montreal, someone that lived here in Montreal wasn't interested in these Lubavitch Bachrim and what they're going to bring. He didn't want them here. And the man that didn't want them here, he had a lot of money. So he went over to them right away and he said, "Boys, listen up. If you leave this place and go away, you want to stay in Canada, that's fine. Go to Toronto. Leave Montreal. I don't want you or what you're going to do over here. I'm going to give you not $5, but $5,000. That was an enormous amount of money that year in 1941. It was a gigantic $5,000 I'm going to give you if you pick yourself up, pack your suitcases, and go to Toronto. Did the Shluchim take the money? They told him, "Sir, we have 2 things to tell you. Number 1, if you want us to do anything, you have to speak to our boss. You have to speak to the Frierdiker Rebbe. We are not doing anything unless the Frierdiker Rebbe tells us." That is number 1. Number 2, we're going to get to Toronto. Don't worry. We're going to start here, and Shluchim will be spreading Chassidus in Toronto also. You have no need to worry. And the Bachrim stayed, and the Shluchim started the yeshiva, and look at it now, the building you're in today. After all these years, hundreds and hundreds of students learned in Tomchei Tmimim Lubavitch, Montreal. So l'chaim Talmidim, you should continue learning and davening and spreading Yiddishkeit and spreading Chassidus and giving the Rebbe lots of Chassidish nachas. Now I would like to share with you a story of the legendary Chassid of the Alter Rebbe. His name was Reb Shmuel Munkis. Once, a chassid was walking by the Beis Medrash of the Alter Rebbe, and he saw a very interesting sight. What did he see? A fellow chassid hanging on the gate outside the Beis Medrash of the Alter Rebbe. As he looked closer, he saw this chassid was none other than Reb Shmuel Munkis. Why in the world is Reb Shmuel hanging on the gate outside the Alter Rebbe's home? Well, Reb Shmuel Munkis explained to him like this: when you see a pair of shoes in the window of a store, you know it's a shoe store. When you see a coat, a shirt, or a jacket in the window of a store, you know it's a tailor or someone selling clothing. Well then, Reb Shmuel said, I am outside the Beis Medrash of the Alter Rebbe hanging here because I want everyone to know this is where Chassidim are made. A Chassid of a Rebbe is someone who does the best he can. He learns every day, he davens every day, and he thinks, what can I do to make this world a better place? He gives tzedakah, he does mitzvahs, and he's always thinking of ways to do Avas Yisrael. Whether it's calling someone who may need a phone call and inspiring them in their Avodas Hashem. It's a chassid is someone who works on himself, Avodah im Atzmai, and also Avodah im Hazulas, with another person. You see, a chassid is not someone that's selfish, only thinking about himself, but he's thinking, how can I help another Yid? Who can I inspire to also do Torah and mitzvahs just like myself? That is why I'm hanging here. That is what a chassid is. A chassid is someone who sits and farbrengs with a mashpia and fellow chassidim, working on themselves, making hachlatas tovas. Imagine you're in a room that is pitch black, dark inside. All you need is one spark, a flame to light a match, and suddenly you can see. You take that little match and you light a candle, and the flame gets bigger. That is the job of a chassid, a lamplighter, to bring light into this dark galus. And when you're on fire and inspired, you can light up another yid. That's what a lamplighter does. He takes his fire and lights another fire. And that torch, another yid can go on and light another yid. And that is how we take this dark galus, which is called choshech kaful u'mechupel, a very, very deep and strong darkness, and we bring light into it. We bring light through ner mitzvah v'Torah or, through mitzvahs and Torah, which is compared to fire and light. That is how we bring light into this galus, and that is the job of a chassid. That is a lamplighter. L'chaim talmidim, may you all have a Shana Tova belimud hachasidus uvedarke hachasidus. Good Yontif, good Yontif.
Say no.